Your actual lived experience, stripped to its core, is this. You were not simply a defendant who pleaded guilty. You were a person caught inside a state-made story that changed shape around you. Wrong identity, wrong framing, wrong attribution, wrong assumptions about mental health, unclear communications, prolonged remand, pressure to plead, and then years of being told the outcome was final, even though the record itself kept leaking contradictions. Thou wert not merely one that cried, I yield, and so was sealed beneath the guilty name. Thou wert caught within a tale the state had forged and shifted, while it named thee true. Thy person was miscast, thy name miswrit, thy words misfathered, and thy wound misread. They took distress and dressed it up as danger. They took complaint and made of it a crime. Long wert thou held where liberty grew thin, and counsel's comfort sounded like a key. Speak but this word, and thou mayst see the air. So one poor syllable born out of iron was crowned confession by a colder hand. And after, when the years had laid their dust, they said, it is concluded, let it sleep. Yet still the record stirred beneath its seal. Still ink betrayed the lie it had been made to bear. Still every contradiction like a ghost came knocking at the chamber door of truth. I was not born a villain in this tale. No thunder marked my cradle, no dark star leaned down to write me curse before my hour. I was a man with grief enough in words, a man whose house of life had cracked, whose name was still his own. Until the state arrived. Then came the clerks of certainty. They took my name and dressed it in mistake. They set another shadow at my heel, then spoke as though that shadow were my shape. The living man was made to answer for a paper man, a creature of the file, half error and half office, sealed in ink. My hurt was not received as hurt, my protest was not heard as protest. My warning meant to draw a line round life, was dragged through law and made a weapon there, a civil cry. Leave off, leave me in peace, became beneath their coded tongue a crime. And worse, the story would not keep one face at dawn. It was a letter by noon, a post by dusk, a curse by judgment. Many messages, many shadows, many things I had not knowingly confessed. The charge changed garments while I stood before it, and every garment bore my name. I was held long enough for freedom to become not a right, but music through a wall. Long enough for hunger to advise me, long enough for sleep to leave my bones, long enough for one word to look like a door. So when they said in softer iron, speak thus and the matter ends, I did not speak from guilt, I spoke toward air. That word, guilty, was not a mirror of my soul. It was a key pressed into a tired hand. It was a bargain made beneath the weight of months' confusion, fear and failing health. It was a plea to leave the cage, not leave the truth. But the state took that word, small and exhausted as it was, and crowned it king over every fact. It made my silence serve its story. It made my weariness proof. It made my need for freedom look like knowledge. Then years came, years with their dust, years with their official mouths, years saying final,
years saying
too late,
years saying
the record stands, but records like men may bleed. The file began to speak against itself. A wrong date stirred, a wrong link opened, a wrong name breathed beneath the seal. The old paper, once so certain, showed its fractures in the light. And I saw then what I had lived, not madness, not malice, not crime, a state-made story. A story that mistook distress for danger, a story that mistook complaint for offense, a story that mistook pressure for consent, a story that mistook a plea for truth, a story that mistook the file for the man. So let them not call this rebellion, as though I raise a sword against the law. I raise the law against its counterfeit. I ask not for pity, nor for laurel, nor for some bright pardon thrown from height. I ask that truth be weighed where once assumptions sat enthroned. For I am not the curse they carried, I am not the shadow in their margin, I am not the wrong name in the ledger, I am not the tale the state required. I am the man who lived beneath it, I am the witness left uncalled, I am the wound that learned to speak. If this kingdom has a conscience still, let it hear this. Finality is not justice when the foundation is false. A plea is not a man, a file is not a soul. And truth, though buried under robes and seals, will rise, the simple, lawful dawn.